Today we will be disassembling, cleaning, and reassembling the Kriss Vector chambered in 22LR. Why 22LR instead of 9? Well, because I'm cheap. Also, this is a pistol and not a rifle or a short-barreled rifle, as you can tell by the presence of a brace. First steps, as always, is to make sure the firearm is clear. So it has no magazine in it. Now if we flip it around, we see we've got our empty chamber indicator in there. I will lock the bolt back. Try not to hit my phone. Take the empty chamber indicator out and look to confirm that the chamber is indeed empty. It is, and it is dirty. Bolt goes back into battery before disassembling, and we are on safe. To disassemble the Kriss Vector, we push 4 pins out. Pin 1, pin 2, pin 3, and pin 4. Pin 3 didn't actually have to be disassembled because that's what comes out. That's normally the vector part of a normal Kriss Vector, but it's empty in the 22LR because you don't need to mitigate recoil as much. All right, so with all 4 pins out, the upper separates from the lower. We'll put the upper aside for now and concentrate on the lower assembly. I'm gonna move that away too because that's bright and yellow and distracting. Further disassembly involves those pins right there and there. What you do is push on this so that those pins go to where they can just, hopefully, fall out. But I do have this little stick to help me with that. There's 1 pin. Pin 2 comes out. Put it aside, and then this little thing, I need to remember to put in that orientation. This bar, I'll get cleaned off, but it goes in that orientation too. And this spring has been trouble for me. Last time I tried to do this for a video, I bent it. You can tell right about there, I bent it. I was not happy. Kriss, to their credit, sent me another one. This is still the bent one, I just bent it back. With those out, you can then slide out the bolt. Now for cleaning. Basically, we're gonna wipe down the inside with some wipes. We're gonna run a bore snake like we usually do. We're gonna wipe this down and clean it. And then I'll show you what to do in terms of recommended lubrication, because over here, off camera, I have cheated and have pulled up the Kriss Vector manual on my iPad. I'm a big cheater. All right, first, I'm going to use a ballistol wipe because I want to get rid of them. They smell actually, so I'm basically trying to get rid of them so I don't have to use them anymore. They smell like ballistol. What a surprise. I'm going to wipe down the bolt. Now I'm going to pay close attention to the face. The bolt face right here and the extractor right here. Yeah, that's pretty good. Still feels grimy, but oh well. They recommend, by the way, to take a dowel and press on this to confirm that the firing pin is moving properly. And it seems to be, so that's good. I'm going to clean the barrel just by spraying some ballistol down there. Use a wipe to clean up the inside. And then the infamous bore snake. We won't show you the bore snake sequence because it's boring and not exciting. Maybe I'll save the last one. All right, that's good. For the upper, they recommend making sure that the trigger is back for cleaning, but let's just take a quick swab across here with the cleaner part of that swab. It doesn't look too bad. I'm going to use my ballistol wipe because again, I want to try to get rid of them and just kind of clean stuff out. We're looking pretty good. All right, that's not bad for that. Set it aside again. And one more appearance of our ballistol wipe. We'll clean down the takedown pins. On to lubrication. No, it is not sponsored by Hobbies. All right. They want a drop of oil there and there. They want a drop of oil on the trigger pivot pin. I'll pretend that that's right. Okay, for the bolt, they would like a drop or two in the left and right side. There we go. They would like on the extractor. There we go. And just because it just feels a little grimy, I'm going to put a little more all over. Yes. Oh, sorry. On camera, I'm going to put just a drop. Just work it in with my hands all over. And, you know, on camera maybe. Now, they want a couple of drops here and here, there and there, where the bolt runs. And they'd also like a drop on the charging handle. Right here. There. And put some there too. Well, that one I can kind of work in to make sure it's lubricated. Now comes the fun part, reassembly. Wish me luck, people. Oh, by the way, there's this pin. Cleaning that off too. For reassembly, first of all, note that these are where those pins come in and they're slanted. This one's forward, this one's back. On this little piece, there's one that's forward and there's one that's back. So it goes in that way. I'm talking to myself because I've done it wrong. Like I said, I've bent my spring. It sucked. So, firstly, I'm gonna slide the bolt in. And it goes. We're going to put the spring in the bolt. And then the guide rod into the spring. All right. This is where I start to bend it if I'm not careful. So I'm going to be careful. There we go. I'm going to hold it there while I put this thing, that's the hole that the guide rod goes into. Now, this whole assembly, if I got it lined up right, slides in. There we go. And if I hold it just right, I can put these retaining pins back in place. Helps to put it in from this side. You'll notice these holes are bigger. One. Two. The hard part is done, yay. There we go. Now, did you hear that snap? There we go. Now, we'll put the upper and lower together. Put this little bottom piece on. Put our 4 takedown pins through. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's reassembled, but before I double check operation, I'm gonna clean this thing off because yes, it's covered in stuff. Silicone cloth to the rescue. Wipe this thing down. Let's do a function check. Bolt back in, off safe, back, reset, fire, back, reset, fire, back, bolt open, safe. And voila, we are done.